Hi everyone, welcome back to another jam-packed episode of Life with Samke. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, I don't have a soundtrack yet, but we'll get there. So I've asked you guys to ask me a couple of questions. I'll be doing a Q&A session with you, and I've got quite interesting feedback, and a lot of it has been related to my career and obviously, you know, the day-to-day living and ins and outs of me. So I'll get right into it. One of the first questions was, where do you hope to take your followers? I believe that Life with Samke is a good vibes blog. So I believe that if you're doing a channel, you need to do things that you're passionate about. I'm passionate about lifestyle, I'm passionate about my career, and I think I'm passionate about having a sense of self and identity and self-fulfillment. So I believe that all of the different episodes will explore, you know, living with Samke. So the day-to-day life, not obviously every day, because unfortunately I don't have a luxury of time all the time. So yeah, the day-to-day livings, the ins and outs, what I do on the weekends, some elements of what I struggle with my career, you know, what have been some of my achievements or how I feel when I achieve something. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to my vlog. That's what I'll be talking about mostly. And what is the name title of the journey? So the name of my vlog is Life with Samke. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Please subscribe and watch the rest of my videos. And who will you be talking to? And what will they connect to if they don't know what you're talking about? I think I've kind of answered that question in the first two questions. So the next question is, what are your goals for the last quarter of a year? And this is actually one of the most interesting questions. I have had a bit of a roller coaster year. I've recently moved to Cape Town, and I believe if you're not necessarily 100% sure about what you want to do, you know, other people are gonna make you do whatever it is that they want you to do. So the last quarter of the year, I've been talking about this YouTube channel since I think 2017, and I finally launched it. So I'm just gonna go in hard on that, and a couple of other, you know, side projects that I have that are my passions that I really want to achieve quite well in. And yeah, and I think in terms of my career, just making sure that I'm profiling myself in a way that I want to be recognized as a millennial in the digital marketing space, and also somebody who's very interested in online, in any space, and a career in technology. So that's where I'm currently at. Obviously, you know, make money, be fabulous while we at it. And anyone who knows me knows that that's pretty much where my headspace is. I'm always about having a good time, working really hard and looking really great while doing it. And what is the idea of success as it pertains to your personal career? So this is also another interesting question. I think I've somewhat touched on it. My idea of success is honestly finding something that fulfills you. It's so important to be able to wake up every single morning and do something that you're passionate about, that you're going to be able to be like, you know what, I really want to be here, I want to make a difference. Because I believe that if you're not passionate about something, you're not necessarily going to put in all of your effort. You're not going to put in 100%. You're not going to be as present as it could potentially be. I think sometimes we make the mistake of going into careers where we're just in it either for the money, or we think that it's going to give us a certain type of image, I don't know, in society, darling. But I think it's important to be fulfilled. I think it's been one thing that I've been blessed to have experienced, is that for the most part of my career, I've been really fulfilled in what I've been doing. And that's pretty much it. My idea of success is pretty much, it's fulfillment, and enjoyment, and the overused word, passion. Tell us what your fashion sense is. Ooh, so darling. My fashion sense, it ranges. It depends on my mood. I generally go for a very chic and very mod and minimalistic look on a day-to-day. And every now and then, depending on what my mood is, and now that I've moved to Cape Town, people experiment a lot more with fashion. I've I'll be a little bit louder. Maybe I'll have like a jacket that's quite loud or interesting, or I'll follow the streetwear type of trends which are quite interesting. So yeah, I think my fashion sense will depend on how I'm feeling and where I am, and what it is that I'm trying to achieve with my look. And I think it's the same with my makeup. So for instance, day-to-day wear at work, I actually wear hardly much makeup at work because of the environment that I'm in. And obviously if you're in a professional space, you don't necessarily wear as much makeup. And then on the weekends, I can go from anything to a very casual, laid-back look to a little bit more dramatic. If for instance I know that I'm going somewhere and it's either like an event or whatever the case might be, it's in the evening or whatever, or something like that. So yeah, it really just depends on what it is that I'm doing and where I am. I think I'm quite a bit of a chameleon when it comes to the fashion, in the fashion sense. So I can really, and I'm very willing to experiment with different types of trends. And the next question is, would you like to be part of the Durban Fashion Fair even though you're in Cape Town? Of course I'd love to be part of the Durban Fashion Fair. But no, this is not a but. However, I just need to know the details, and I guess I would need to understand what it is that I'd be doing. And yeah, but I'd love to be part of the Durban Fashion Fair. It's such an amazing initiative. And the next question, what is the one thing that inspires you to keep on your journey? Ooh, what is the one thing that inspires me? I think I'm inspired by the feeling of being able to see myself one day being ultimately successful and having everything that I've ever wanted, that I've worked really, really hard towards getting. And I think that's pretty much what inspires me towards working harder. I think I'm very ambitious. I have a very, very wild imagination. People will call me, a lot of people will call me, oh, you're a big dreamer. But I am a big dreamer. I think my ultimate success would be what inspires me, and I think success will obviously look different depending on where I am in my life. So right now, as a 20-something, success looks like being a mentally stable and functional human being who is able to just get on with the day-to-day life and be productive, and also have a healthy relationship with friends and family, and also just, yeah, and make a decent living and fulfill, or try to fulfill, your passions. And what is the one thing that you struggle with on the regular but you're working on it? So I struggle with feeling motivated if I don't enjoy something. And sometimes, I mean, we're not always going to be able to do things that we enjoy doing. There's a lot of things I don't enjoy doing. I don't enjoy doing laundry. I don't enjoy washing dishes. I don't enjoy a lot of things that have to do with admin and chores. I don't enjoy waiting in the bank. And I just get really, really frustrated when it comes to things like that. So I think I'm working on it. I literally have a schedule when I know that I have to go and do something. I have a schedule and I have a roster. But I mean, it's not stuff that I actually enjoy. I'd much rather be either working or somewhere enjoying my life. So having now worked in Joburg and Cape Town, what are your thoughts on the corporate culture in Joburg versus the one in Cape Town? So Johannesburg is a very upwardly mobile, progressive city. There is a lot of opportunity for young people to do a lot of things, and I mean young black people in particular. There's opportunity, and I think we see so many black successful people and so many people who have such amazing success stories. And obviously, having been in Cape Town before, this is my second attempt of Cape Town. So I ended up here because of an opportunity that I got, and guys, I love this city. Please don't get me wrong. I love it. I think it's beautiful. However, given the demographics and the way that Cape Town is set up and how the infrastructure is a little bit exclusive to a minority, it does get to me sometimes. I'm not going to lie, but I mean, how are you going to effect change if you're not the one that's actually being the change you want to see? So I'd really like to be in Cape Town. I love it here. I love going out here. I enjoy the fact that I have a bit of a work-life balance. I enjoy how beautiful and scenic it is, and it's also great for my creativity. And I'm a lot more focused, I think, in terms of understanding where my journey is going. Yeah, and I think I love Cape Town, and whatever it is that is a challenge, I'll try my best to overcome for as long as I can. I think ultimately I would like to go back to Joburg, just because I know that Joburg is a lot more fast-paced, and I'm very much a Joburg girl. I'm fast-paced. I want to be, everywhere, doing everything all the time. But at the moment, I feel Cape Town is where it's at for me. And the next question, what tips and advice would you give confused matriculants about life after high school? So, when it comes to matric, I know when I was in matric, I didn't really know, honestly, what I wanted to do. I know that at that point in time, I really wanted to act. And whew, my parents were like, no, not happening. So I think I reached some form of compromise, and I studied journalism and media studies, which for me I love. I think the reason why I even wanted to act is because I'm quite a creative person. I love writing and editing and that kind of thing. I love just being creative. And I just grew on that journey. I think over time, even while I was studying, I realized actually I don't actually want to be a journalist. I want to be a creative. That's it. I don't want to be boxed into a specific type of medium. So I think when it comes to matriculants, you need to follow to as far as possible, a career that will align with your personal interests and your personality, as well as obviously what motivates you. If money motivates you, you need to be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I am motivated by money, and I'm motivated by achievement, by sense of achievement, and do something that's closer to and aligned to where you ultimately want to see yourself. And yeah, don't be too hard on yourself. And we make the mistake of thinking university is for everybody. It's not for everybody. There's universities of technology, there are FET colleges. So I think tertiary education is important, but it's not necessarily always going to come in the form of a university education. Do whatever it is that you know that you're good at, because you can't really make a fish climb up a tree. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone's going to be good at certain things. You need to do whatever it is that you know that you can do really well and be successful at. And the next question, take us through your post-matric journey. What have you learned? So post-matric, I felt as though I really wanted to leave home. So I went to Rhodes University. I knew that Rhodes had a really great journalism and media studies school, so I enrolled there. It was quite a tough course, and I think my biggest struggle in coming into my own person and coming into myself as an adult was, how do I socialize without feeling awkward? Because I think I spent a lot of my my youth, my primary school and high school days being quite a nerd and quite into myself and just quite a perfectionist and an achiever. And now that I was in varsity and I had to recreate who I wanted to be, and it wasn't cool to be a nerd anymore, I think I struggled with my identity. So I think what I've learned is to be able to be more sincere with myself, and to be able to just be more consistent with myself. I think it's okay to be whoever it is that you want to be. There's nothing wrong with who you are as long as you know where you're going. I think that's the main thing that I've learned. And what have you told 18-year-old Samke? Oh, I told that girl, babes, it gets better. It gets so much better. Life gets better, things get better, your emotions don't do jumping jacks, and yeah, life gets better. I've learned a lot, I've matured a lot emotionally, and yeah, and I think that's been one of my struggles is emotional maturity. And lastly, what would you have done anything differently? Yes, I would have done a lot of things differently. I think I would have taken my university course a lot more seriously, and I would have encouraged myself to be more willing to learn offline, you know, because there's YouTube videos on how to do ABC, and I'm very interested in a career, well, not interested, I do have a career in technology, and I'd like to continue in a career in technology. So I think especially to young girls and young black girls, it's just open your mind to different opportunities. I mean, there's so much more to life. So I would have done that differently. I think I would have spent a lot more time learning. The next question. Hello, beautiful sister. I would like to know how matriculants can use social media constructively to seek work or opportunities. I would like for you to spend some time with them soon. Oh, lovely. So I'd love to spend some time with some matriculants. That would be an amazing opportunity for me. I love spending time with young people and not necessarily motivating them. I think it would be more encouraging them to understand that there's more to life than what it is that they know and see on the daily basis. So when it comes to the use of social media and responsible social media usage, I think the biggest 3 tips I'd say, I can't really go into detail, is don't be a troll. Try very hard to maintain a positive image of yourself online. And then as well, just guys, especially the girls, like a lot of the things that you do will come back to backfire in the long run. So there's a huge trend in terms of posting things that aren't necessarily appropriate. If you wouldn't send it to your mom or a future employer, don't post it online. Hello, gorgeous. So I see that you have absolutely, this is the next question, by the way. Hello, gorgeous. So I see that you've absolutely blossomed after your relationship ended, and this sparked a curiosity around mental and emotional health. What was your resolve after your breakup, and how has it affected you mentally and emotionally? And then my last question is, why are you so gorgeous though? Oh, okay. Relationships. So I don't know. I think I've just always been a career woman. So I think at that point in time when I was in a relationship, I wanted to try and do everything, and it wasn't working out because I know that there's so much I want to do with my career. And I think to a large extent the deterioration of that relationship had a lot to do with the fact that my ex-partner and I weren't aligned in terms of what we ultimately wanted to achieve and where we wanted to be in life. And I wanted a career more than I wanted the relationship, and that's pretty much it. And then when it comes to mental and emotional health, I think you just need to align yourself as far as possible with people that are aligned with where you ultimately want to be on your journey. And some people are going to end up being very lonely in certain seasons, because you find that you're not going to always find people that are going to gel with you and where you want to go. But just be consistent with yourself in that sense. And also when it comes to dating, date people who want the best for you, bring out the best for you. And it's not to say that you won't necessarily always know that, because we assume that everybody that we date wants the best for us until we're actually right in it. And why am I so gorgeous? I don't know. That's what you think. that's literally what you think. But thank you for the compliment. I don't really place too much emphasis on my looks. I do like looking good though, because I think being well groomed is a sign of respect. But yeah, thank you for the compliment. So you flit around, the next question is, you flit around the country with such ease. What are your tips on keeping your energy levels up whilst maintaining a busy travel schedule? Traveling can be tiring for us mere mortals. Oh, darling. I catch flights, not feelings. But yeah, I mean, I get tired. I'm always exhausted. But I try my best to maintain some form of a balance. I used to do a lot of traveling. I think the beginning of my career, I did a lot of traveling. So I just got used to it. I think my body just got used to it. I'm not traveling as much anymore though. Not as much as I used to. But I think if I were to find myself in a position where I do travel, I think I have to do a lot of traveling for my own personal benefits. So I know if I'm trying to achieve something, either if I need to attend some sort of event for my personal growth or fulfillment, then I'll travel. But I don't do as much career-related travel. The career-related travel that I do is mainly for either my channel or my social media pages or my freelancing, and but that's actually still part of my career. So yeah, I still do quite a bit of traveling. So yeah, I try to maintain some form of balance. I don't necessarily, when I know that it's going to be a busy travel season, I try to just let everyone know. So like my friends and family, just so they don't expect that I'll be calling them and being around them and all of that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And what keeps you going? This is the last question. What keeps you going? You have such a vibe for life. I've always had such an amazing vibe for life. I have such amazing, well, not an amazing, I think, let me rephrase that. I have always been a really positive person. I try to see the best out of every situation, and I always do my best to be solutions oriented. I don't like to dwell on problems too much because we all have problems. And that's pretty much it. I try very hard to be positive. And I think also with my day-to-day, I try to do things that I enjoy. And it's the smallest things, like flower arrangements and decorating your house, to, you know, organizing an event that you know you're passionate about, because you know I'm passionate about lifestyle, and to creating, like for instance, this YouTube channel. I just do things that make me happy, and that's why I think I have such a vibe for life. I've just always chosen my happiness over a lot of things, you know, and yeah, and I've reached a state of not complete emotional maturity, but better emotional maturity than I would say I was in my earlier 20s. So that's pretty much it, and I've just forgiven myself for the times that I left myself down. And yeah, that's another thing. You just learn to forgive yourself. You become a bigger person, and you walk away from situations that don't serve you, and you keep people around you that are for you, not against you. So that's why I have such a vibe for life. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to my Q&A session. Next, we're going to be out and about, and that's going to be exciting, but I won't reveal too much of it at the moment. You'll obviously see.